welcome to my channel. My name is Anita Crochets, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make the dress of a motif skirt I recently made, and I'm just going to make a continuation of it to make it a dress so you all can get the two versions of the skirt and the dress as well. And I'm going to be needing a pair of scissors, a tape measure, a 3.5 millimeter hook like I used initially, a darning needle to weave in your ends, and lastly you'll need stitch markers. I don't have those, but I'm going to be working with these two threads just to mark my stitches where I need them marked. All right, so let's get started. So here we are. If you're making a dress and you watched my initial tutorial about the skirt, then you know very well that you are not supposed to be working a waistline. So you can skip that and just keep at the rows that you have worked. So far I have 22 rows of these from here, okay, going up. For this design I have 22 rows, and I've measured my whole entire project from down below here up to here. It's 19 inches, and I don't know what inches you want for the length of your skirt, okay, before you start working the upper body. So you need to also keep that in check and understand how long you want your skirt to be, or your dress, from the waistline to the knees, okay? And that's what you shall measure. Now, once you have the length that you want from your high waist to wherever you want your dress or skirt to end, then you will continue working with me just from here, and then we start working our upper body, okay? And as you can see, this is the row where I stopped, okay? For the skirt, I remember I ended at this row that was straight, just to make sure I can have room to work my waistband, the double crochets for the waistband. But now for the dress, this is where I am, okay? So you can just add one row and make sure you are here. So from here, I'm going to start working a decrease, because I want it to decrease to form, to like follow the shape of a human body. And knowing that the measurements, okay, the width for our dress or skirt right now was measured by the hips or waistline going up for the decrease that I want. I am going to chain I'm going to chain 3, and into that chain gap I'm going to work a double crochet like that, okay? The chain 3 acts as a stitch, and now if you remember clearly, we were chaining 5 in between these two gaps. We were chaining 5, but instead we are going to chain 4. That is to make the decrease that I want us to have. So we are going to chain 4 and then get into this next chain gap, and we work 2 double crochets, okay? Chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same chain gap. And again continue working 4 chains, and then chain 1 and work 2 more double crochets, all in the very same chain gap, okay? So you are going to just repeat this until you get to the end of your row. Chain 4, skip all those stitches and get into the chain stitch in between the double crochets, work 2 chains, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, okay? So just do this. It will already show you that you have a decrease going on. So just do this until you get to the whole end of the row. And once you get to the end, you are going to get into this chain stitch in which we started from, and work 2 double crochets, chain 1, then work a slip stitch into the 3rd chain stitch of the 3 that started this row. All right, so let me meet you at the end of your row, and then I can show you what to do next. So guys, as you can see, I think you already see the sort of like decrease. So for this row, we shall chain 3, and there is not much we are going to change about what we have done. So after you chain 3, you are going to work a double crochet into the very same chain gap. We are going to work 2 chains, all right, and then work a single crochet into the chain 4 in between these two sets of double crochets, okay? And then again we work 2 chains and skip these 2 stitches and work into the chain gap. You work 2 double crochets, okay, and then chain 1, work 2 double crochets, all in the very same chain gap. All right, so once again we are going to repeat the same thing. We chain 2 and work a single crochet into the chain 4 space, and then chain 2 again into the chain 1 space. In between the double crochets we work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same chain gap. Okay, so you see how it looks like. So initially we were chaining 5 and then 2 double crochets, single crochet, 2 double crochets, but here we are chaining 4, then 2 double crochets, 1 single crochet, and 2 double crochets. All right, so do this until you get to the end of your row, and when I come back I am going to show you what to do for your next row. Okay, so I've come to the end of my row and this is how it looks like. I hope you already see some kind of decrease. So for this row we are just going to do the very same thing that we did initially when we were starting this tutorial. So now we are going to chain 3 and turn our work into that very same chain gap. We work a double crochet, and yes, we are going to chain 4. Okay, once we chain 4 we are going to work into this stitch, the chain stitch right there. So we work 2 double crochets and then chain 1 and work 2 double crochets, all in the very same chain gap. All right, so once again we are going to chain 4, 1 2 3 4, and then work 2 double crochets, all in the very same chain gap, and then chain 1 again and chain and double crochet 2 in the very same chain gap. So this is what we have. So just work this row all the way around, do the same thing until you get to the end, and once you are here you work 2 double crochets into this chain gap and then work 1 chain and then slip stitch into the 3rd chain stitch of the 3 that started the row. So as you can see, I have finished my row and this is how it looks like. All right, so what I am going to do right now is I'm going to count all my sets of double crochets, these ones right here. So you just get yours and count how many you have. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So you just count all the way around. I have 19. I already counted them. I have 19. So what I am going to do is, so I'm going to divide 19 by 2 and it gives me a total of 9.5. okay, so since I have 19, I am going to divide 19 by 2 and it gives me a total of, okay, let's say 18 divided by 2. I will get 9 because I know 9 times 2 is 18, right? So that means I have to have 9 sets of double crochets if I'm assuming this is my side, okay, where I ended. So from here it means that if I count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, it should be right here. Okay, and then 9 are the ones that are also at the back. Just to show you what I am trying to do, I want my dress to have sort of like an open back. This is where the doilies are, and so this is where we are, okay, because we are sort of like past the waistline. So I want it to come from here and go up, and then come from here and go up. Okay, so I have 9 sets of double crochets on both ends, front and back, 9 9. So I am going to subtract 2 on both sides, like 2 on this side and 2 on this side, so that I have this sort of gap. Okay, this sort of gap that is now going to go all the way high up to make this curve for me. Okay, so I'll get my stitch markers and just mark this. as my sides. So this is my middle on both sides, okay? So this is my center at the back, okay? So what I am going to do is I'm going to skip these two and make sure that it's from here and here that I start working my rows. You see that? So I'll get that sort of curve that I want. So I'm going to get my scissors just to mark it for you again so you don't forget what exactly you are trying to do. So this is the center at the back on both sides. All right. So like I said, this is the middle, and because I want that curve of that curve at the back, I'm not going to start from the middle. Instead, I'm going to start from the next set of double crochets. That's where I'm going to get started. So I will chain 3 and then work a double crochet into the very same chain gap, okay? And then chain 2, work a single crochet into the next chain space, and then work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, just like we have been working these 2 rows repeatedly. But just to show you, this is going to be like a decrease at the back because I want it to like go like this all the way around. Now here we chain 2 and then work 1 single crochet into the next chain gap and work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the middle of the set of double crochets on the previous row. Okay, so just work this until you get to the end of your row. But as I said, what we do this side is what we do this side. So you will end right here, and in this you're going to work 2 double crochets only. Okay, so let me work my row and finish it, and then get back and show you how I finished my row. So as you can see, this is how I have ended my row. I hope it is clear enough. You see that? Okay. So what I am going to do to start my next row, yes, I'm going to chain 3. Okay, be very attentive because now we are starting a decrease that we haven't been working. Turn your work, skip all these chain stitches and get into the middle of these the set of double crochets, okay, and work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same chain gap. See how it looks like? This is the 2 double crochets of the previous row. Then we have worked 3 chains and gotten into this set of double crochets and work this for double. So once here, you are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just like we have been chaining initially. I hope you already know how to work this step. I just need to show you how to end the row. So chain 4 and get into the middle of the next set of double crochets and work your double crochets as you have to. And you are going to just do that until you get to the end of your row. I'm just going to get back right here and show you how to end your row. So let me let you work that until you get at this point. So I'm right here at the end of my row. Yeah, as you can see, this is how we started the row. We started with a chain 3, okay, and to end our row we need that chain 3. So after you have worked your last set of double crochets, you are going to yarn over twice and insert your hook into the 3 chains that started the previous row into the 3rd chain stitch. So you insert your hook, yarn over pull through yarn over pull through 2, yarn over pull through 2, and lastly yarn over pull through all. So this gets us that very thing that we are looking for, to have that sort of like resemblance on both sides, and we just got that. So what we do here is we are going to work a slip stitch into the next stitch and work a slip stitch. This is to get us to the chain stitch. Okay, again into the chain stitch we work a slip stitch. Okay, so we have slip stitched 3 times. Here we chain 3, and like I said, the 3 chains act as a stitch, and then we work 1 double crochet into that very same stitch. So here you see that we had two double crochets right here, and then for this row, this is what we did. We chained 3 and made a set of double crochets. Okay, so we are just doing what we did right here. Okay, so 2 double crochets, just like it is here, 2 double crochets, then we chain 2 and work a single crochet into the middle of this chain gap, chain 2, work a single crochet, work 2 double crochets into the next chain gap, chain 1, 2 double crochets again into the very same chain gap. So you see that we have that resemblance that we are looking for every row that we work. So for this one, I am not going to show you how to work it because I already know you know what to do. So what you are going to do is you are going to work it all the way around, chain 2, work a single crochet, chain 2, then work 4 double crochets into the next set of double crochets of the previous row. So once you get at the end of your row right here, you are not going to work 4 double crochets. Instead, you are going to work 2 double crochets into this chain gap. Okay, so let me let you work this row until the end, and I'll get back to show you what to do next. I've come to the end of my row, and as you can see, this is what I did. I worked 2 double crochets into the very last set of double crochets. So in total, so far right now, where we are from here, from this, I have 30 rows going up. Okay, so I'm going to mark this row. If you have your stitch markers, just mark this row, because now it's from here that I'm going to start working the under bust. You can just mark the end of it right here and mark it just so you remember how many rows you have to work for the under bust going up. Or also you can get your tape measure and measure yourselves, whether you're working for a size large or something, measure yourselves and get to see that you are, get to make sure that you are working the right number of rows for your body type. Okay, so this is what I am going to do. Still, I am going to now work a decrease at the back for the very last time, because it's like I am getting the coverage that I want for the front of my bust. So here I am going to work 3 chains just like we did previously, and skip all these chain stitches. Into this I work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So this should be my last set of decrease. So from here I'll chain 4, okay, and then start to work 2 double crochets into the next chain gap, chain 1, 2 double crochets all in the very same gap, then chain 4, and just do the same. So I'm going to let you work this row on your own, because I know it's just at the beginning and the end that you need to see, but you know what to do. So let me let you work this row, and once you get at the end of it right here, right here, that's where I'm going to meet you at this, so I can show you how to end your row just like I showed you initially. Okay, so let me get you there and show you what to do next. So here, when you get to the end of your row right here, okay, You yarn over twice and insert your hook into the third chain stitch, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all. That's how you end your row. Okay, now turn your work, and I measured my work and I figured that I am 5 inches to get to, I have 5 inches to get to just below my bust. So I thought I could measure them on my rows, and I have to work 6 more rows to get those 5 inches. Okay, that's why I marked my last previous row, so that I can count my 6 rows from here going up. Okay, that's why I marked this. We chain 3 and just skip these 2 stitches and work into this chain gap. You work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So this is to show you that I am no longer working a decrease anymore. I want this now to go all the way straight. Like I want it to go straight all the way up, because this is where I feel it can go just beneath my armpits. Okay, and that's what I want.